All right, here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Eric Allen coming to you live from my home in Whitestown, Indiana. Got a very special VIP webinar presentation for you tonight. We're going to jump right in here. Got a very important topic. It is the only money-making topic on this journey together in World Ventures, and that is prospecting and inviting people to see a formal exposure to the gift we all have in World Ventures. Okay, so let's jump right in. Before we get here, guys, we're a very open, honest, transparent company. One of the very few companies I know of that publishes an accurate annual income disclosure statement. Somewhere on this screen, there is a number that gets you excited. I don't know what that number is. Some of you just want to make a few $100 a month. Some of you want to make, the high-end money here, millions of dollars a year. I don't know what your goals are. And truthfully, I never want to get rich quick. I just want to get rich possible. And see, a lot of times people who don't really understand our business and really they don't understand how wealth in general is created, they come to me all the time and say, Eric, I don't get how you get to live the lifestyle you do now. I knew you when you were a stressed out, broke, near bankrupt teacher and basketball coach. And, I see your lifestyle now. How do you get to do what you do? And the only reason, those of us who are at the high end of this income disclosure statement get to make that kind of residual passive income is because we're able to help so many more people than any other vehicle I've seen. I love being an inner city teacher. I love being a basketball coach. Many of you love some aspects of what you do, but for most people, they're limited. They're limited in terms of time and money in that current path. This one, there are no limits, but I can assure you, to be crystal clear, the only way you're going to make a lot of money here is you have to help a lot of other people to transform their lives, to reach goals, to create greater prosperity, or as our motto in World Venture says, create more fun, freedom, and fulfillment in their lives. And in order to make this kind of money, you have to master the skill we're going to talk about tonight, which is inviting people to simply take a look and decide for themselves after seeing a formal presentation of some kind to what we have here in World Ventures. Let them decide whether they're more interested in the vacation or the money or both. Okay, and that's why I want to do a special presentation, because we have had tremendous growth here locally, where I live in Indiana, other parts of Indiana, the greater Midwest. I got some of my dear Canadian brothers and sisters on the phone. They're having great momentum right now in other pockets from around the country and around the world. And even with me being gone the last few weeks, I was a little hesitant to go to Sweden and go on a nice trip with the family to a lake house. That's all part of the byproduct of being successful here. But I'm always curious to see who steps up and answers the call to leadership when I'm not around, because true leadership is what happens in our absence, not what happens in our presence. And so many of you have stepped up and continued the great momentum the last few weeks. And I wanted to kind of get us all on the same page here. We got so many new people joining every day that it's critical we get people off on the right foot until they can get to their next big training event, whether that's a regional training event, or for so many of you who are going to our biggest ever event coming up in Houston this weekend, where we're going to pack out the Toyota Center and have our largest ever event in the history of our company here in the United States. So until people get to those big corporate events, we want to get you having as much success as quickly as possible. So, guys, why World Ventures? Here's where you're at this point in your life. And I really feel that most people are given one, maybe two if they're lucky, great opportunities in their life where they look back on, and unfortunately the majority of people say, I shoulda, woulda, coulda taken advantage of that one or two great opportunities that came my way, and for whatever reason I didn't. I read a tragic statistic not too long ago that says most people on their deathbed confessions or their life of regrets, it comes down to not doing the things they really wanted to do because they were worried about what other people were going to think, and because it was outside their comfort zone. How tragic. 98% of people are going to leave the physical world living a life of regret, worrying about what people thought about them, or getting a little bit uncomfortable. So my challenge to you, many of you who are possibly new to our company, or you're just getting started, or you're switching this, you're flipping the switch again to make a nice run with us here these next few months, understand where you're at right now. I mean, this was our international convention in 2009. This is a year before I joined World Ventures. This was our international convention a couple of months ago, where many of you were at. Ladies and gentlemen, in the business world, they call that a clue. Okay, now our event here this weekend is going to be a few thousand more than what this is. Okay, so I promise you, World Ventures is only going to get bigger and better and better. And you got to understand the pivotal time that you're finding out about these ideas and have the opportunity to take massive action with us. And if you become a student of the network marketing profession, which I encourage all of you to do, okay, you will find that those who have made obscene amounts of money, I mean, tens of millions of dollars, they got in with great companies, not at the very beginning. They got in with great companies when they were going through massive momentum. So it's important to understand that right now you're at that pivotal point of momentum where we're putting in, 20 to 30,000 new members every single week in our company, at least from around the entire world. Okay, you just happen to be living in areas where you have a chance to advance rank quicker than other places. Okay, if you go back to your income disclosure statement, no matter where you're at on this presentation right now, chances are you live in an area where you can go talk to 100 people on average about World Ventures, and less than 1 out of 100 on average have seen any kind of formal presentation. So you're with a company that's going through massive momentum, that's not up for trial or debate right now, that's putting in, well over 100,000 new members every single month. It works really, really good. The only question is, are you going to take advantage of your timing? Or are you going to be like the majority of people who sit back from the sidelines and live a life with regrets and letdowns? There's no reason to do that. You got the right business at the right time with the right team, the right vehicle to radically change your life by helping other people to do the same. All right, now real quick before we jump right in, I think if you don't get this part figured out right here, your why for doing World Ventures, and listen, some of you on this presentation, you just signed up literally in the last few days. Others of you, you've been on board this journey years now, and your why for doing World Ventures is going to fluctuate. For some of you, it might have started off, you just wanted to save some money on vacations. You wanted to be around some cool people. You wanted to travel more. You wanted to, just have some fun. That's totally cool. There's no wrong answer to this, but my challenge would be, until World Ventures really gets inside of you, until your why, as we would say, almost makes you cry or does make you cry, it's probably not big enough to make some great transformational changes in your life. And usually what it comes down to is lifestyle goals, leaving a lasting legacy for your family, being able to help other people to change their lives, something that is more than just saving money on travel. So I'd really encourage you to develop this, and this will evolve over time. Like I say, now it might be more superficial, but chances are the fact you took out valuable time out of one of your busy evenings to get on this presentation shows me that, there's a bigger reason for you saying yes to World Ventures. And I would encourage you to really reflect on this daily. I'm a big fan of the visual vision boards, of, note cards, just reminding you why you're doing World Ventures, because my promise is, this journey is not always going to be easy, but it is very simple, and it will be worth it for those of you who stay committed and consistent and persistent in your money-making activities, which, as we'll talk about on this presentation, involves inviting and prospecting people to see our deal. Okay, so really, I'm going to challenge you. Why are you doing World Ventures? And tonight, after this is over, really reflect on it, write it down. If you want to do a vision board like me, it's got to be something pretty deep, because that's going to be your guidepost. That's going to be your compass when things aren't going as well as you want, when you're getting frustrated. This does involve the human element. So obviously, the best part about this business is the people that come into our lives. The worst part is the people that, come into our lives and maybe don't get it or see it the way we do. And when it's not going as fast as you want, and it becomes very easy to become frustrated, you want to remember why you said yes to World Ventures. That's what's going to keep you going when things aren't going as well or as quickly as you want. All right, mine was all about my family. As many of you know, I was, very close to filing bankruptcy and, moving my family back in my parents or on the streets, or, I just looked at the direction of my life and said, if I don't make this work, I don't know how I'm ever going to fulfill my lifestyle goals, my philanthropic goals, or, do the things, leave the lasting legacy that I want for future generations of my family. It was a very, very deep why, and that's what really got me off to a fast start. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Send me a message real quick. Let me know that you can still see me and hear me okay. So I know I'm not talking to myself right now. Just somebody shoot something over here to me. Awesome, perfect, thank you. Here we go. Guys, the only money-making activity in World Ventures only is inviting people to see what we're about. I want you to write this down. The only money-making activity is to create a formal exposure to World Ventures. That is the only thing we get paid to do. Notice I didn't say we get paid for people to say yes or no. That's up to them. We can only share the information and ideas with people. We can't force them to understand. There's a lot of you watching right now. This is going to cut kind of deep, and especially you, those of you who've been blessed and cursed with these green analytical personalities. Okay, you are too busy studying the roots while the winners and producers are out gathering the fruits. You're too busy worrying about knowing your back office, how, what dream trips are coming out every single day. You're reading all the right books, but you're not applying the information in the personal development books. You're going to all the events, you're going to the travel parties, you're doing all these things. I know this is going to cut kind of deep, but the only thing that you're not doing, and the reason you're not winning, is you're not getting enough people to see what we're doing. This is the only thing we get paid to do. Okay, I want to reiterate, the only thing we get paid to do is create a formal exposure. That's it. Yes, I want you to read all the personal development books you can. I want you to go to all the events. I want you to surround yourself with positive people. I want you to plug into the travel parties. I want you to be hosting travel parties and launch parties. I want you to understand somewhat how our comp plan works and how the back office and websites work. That's fine, but the only thing that's going to make you money is inviting people to see the deal, and that's the challenge for most people, because that sets you up to be rejected. And for a lot of people, their egos can't take that. But that is the only thing we get paid to do. So that's what we're going to talk about on this presentation tonight. How to invite, how to prospect appropriately. And here's what I'm going to start off with. I'm going to take the pressure off a lot of you right now. Okay, I fly all over the world, and I give people this quote. I know it's pretty deep stuff, right? It says, as long as you're being a genuine servant leader with an excited attitude and strong posture, it's hard to say or show the wrong thing to the right person. Let's break this down real quick. Okay, what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to paint some broad brushstrokes this first half, and then we're going to get real specific into your white hot market, your warm market, your cold market, specific scenarios. But right now I got to lay the foundation of inviting and prospecting and put it in its proper structure. Okay? I want you to understand, as long as you're being a genuine servant leader, see, who you are speaks much louder than what you say. I know most of you on this presentation personally by now. I know that you're very good people. Like attracts like. Okay, who you are speaks much louder than anything you say. With an excited attitude, okay, you got to be excited knowing that you got the deal. People are drawn to people who know what they want in life and know where they're going. If you know you got the deal, if you know you got a vehicle that can change your life forever, you should be excited about that. People are drawn to excitement. Strong posture, you know where you're going here. Okay, it's hard to say or show the wrong thing to the right person. Here's the big secret in World Ventures. Those who are going to say yes are going to say yes. Those who are going to say no are going to say no. Those who are going to think about it, they're going to think about it. It does not matter, for the most part, what you say, how they see it. Guys, I can give the perfect presentation and have nobody sign up. I can give a real crappy presentation and the whole room signs up. I've given up signing up for that class. I don't try to figure out human behavior anymore. It'll drive you crazy. Just don't sign up for that class anymore. Okay, so if what I'm telling you is true, if all the people in your life and all the people you have yet to share World Ventures yet, if they're going to tell you no, or they're going to think about it, or they're going to say yes, pretty much no matter what they see or how they get exposed, then wouldn't common sense tell you to get through the yeses, the no, or get through the no's and the think about it as quickly as possible to get to the next yes? This is what's driving a lot of you crazy right now. You're worrying about knowing the perfect invite. You're worried about knowing every question that's going to get asked to you. Okay, leaders learn and earn as they go here. I promise you, I did not understand how our compensation plan worked in its entirety until I'd been in World Ventures at least 1 year. Some of you who've been with me can verify that. I did not know everything about the back office. I didn't know what new dream trips were coming out every day. I knew enough to know that we had the deal, and I could feel really great about attaching my reputation to showing people how to take an extra vacation or two with the people they care about. I made over $100,000 that first year because I just got out and started embracing the only money-making activity, and that was to simply expose people to what we have. Okay, so please get rid of this notion that you have to be the perfect person, that you have to, know everything that they're going to ask you to be successful here. Okay, just get out and start making it happen. If you don't hear anything I talk about the rest of tonight's presentation, I want you to look at this slide on your computer screen right now. And please understand and trust in the fact that these concepts are true. Okay? Fast is fun and slow is painful. Success and money love speed. See, get through the no's and the think about it as quickly as possible to get to your next yes. Then you don't become emotionally attached to all the people who said no or had to think about it. And then what starts to happen as you start winning, the no's and the think about it turn into yeses anyway. See, a lot of you on this presentation right now, you are building painfully slow. It is painful to go slow. Let me repeat, success and money love speed. They crave it. They're attracted to it like a moth to a flame. Okay, let's start building fast. The two-team structure allows us to build fast and create great team momentum and team synergy. The next point, I tell every one of you who wants to make life-changing income, certainly if you have any goal of making a six-figure or higher income, you need to commit to 30 personal enrollments. Some of you, I tell you 35 just to have fun with you, but I will tell anybody, you need to commit to 30 personal enrollments. Now, some of you hear that number right now and you're freaking out. You're like, Eric, oh my gosh, I don't even have my 4 yet. Eric, there's no way I'm going to get 30 personal enrollments. And guess what? You're absolutely correct. If you believe you can, or if you believe you can't, you're absolutely right. Others of you, the winners on this presentation, those of you who are going to radically change your life and help other people to do the same thing, you look at that number and you say, now, wait a minute. I could go talk to 100 people right now, and chances are maybe 1, 2 at best have even heard of World Ventures, let alone seen a formal presentation of some kind. So if I just get out and share with 30, if I just get out and share with enough people, whatever enough is to you, I'm going to eventually get 30 people who say yes. I mean, even a blind squirrel finds a nut sometimes, right? But if I just go share with enough people, I am going to get 30 people who say yes, and I have a chance of putting the odds and numbers in my favor. See, the numbers never lie. I have over 350,000 active members on my team as of today. It gives me great perspective to sit back, dig through the data, and I can promise you those who are making substantial income, certainly a six-figure or multiple six-figure income, they committed to 30 personal enrollments. And here's the key, they did it quickly. They got through the no's and the think about it quickly. Ladies and gentlemen, I put in 78 people in my first 90 days into World Ventures. But here's the thing that most people don't want to hear. I shared with at least 10 people a day for 90 days. That's about 900 exposures. 78 out of 900 said yes. That's not a great closing ratio, but I put the odds in my favor. I knew I had to build fast. I didn't have time to become emotionally attached to what a lot of broke people had to say. I was just looking for those who were looking for me. Some of you haven't even shared with 30 people total yet. You've been in for years now. Commit to 30 personal enrollments and the magic happens. Don't ever come to me and say World Ventures isn't working or this doesn't work if you haven't put in at least 30 people. Now, is that to say that you can't put in 5, 10, 20 people and start making a lot of money? Absolutely not. And some of you on this presentation have put in far less than 30 people and you've been quite profitable for a long time. You're even making some good money. But if you commit to 30, then the rest is going to take care of itself. Okay, the average international marketing director, you saw in the income disclosure statement, makes anywhere from $500,000 up to upwards of $2 million. My buddy Matt Morris, he crunched the numbers a couple of years ago. I'd imagine it's higher than this now, but at one time, the average international marketing director personally sponsored 63 people. Again, some of you hear that number and you say, there's no way. And you're absolutely right. Others of you say, wait, nobody in my area has even heard of World Ventures for the most part. I can be the one that goes and sponsors 63 people quicker than anybody else. and put the numbers in my favor. I'm so bad, I had to enroll 3 times that many to get to IMD, by the way. See, I don't know what your number is. I just know if you share with enough, you're going to get there. Okay, I've never had anybody take me up on the challenge of getting 200 no's in 90 days, and you aren't winning big here. If you get to 200 no's, and inevitably you're going to get to yeses. Okay, guys, we don't get paid to get told yes or no. We get paid to create an exposure. The yes or the no is an afterthought. And we'll talk about ways to put the odds in your favor. That's what this webinar is all about. It's always about shifting the odds in your favor, but at the end of the day, you can't say or show the wrong thing to the right person. Let's get out and get to the right people as quickly as possible. Okay, here's how the invitation life cycle works in World Ventures. In the beginning, every single one of us is really, really bad. I promise you I was terrible my first 6 months in the business. People that said yes to me my first 6 months probably got the worst presentation in the history of World Ventures. It's basically like, hey man, I found something that's going to allow me to change my life. I've hit a low point. Give me your credit card. I want you to be a part of it with me. That was literally the presentation a lot of people got. I'm not telling you to do that, but I did rely on some of the credibility that I had been able to build up by trying to do things the right way. I'm far from perfect, but that was my presentation the first 6 months. And then my will carried me until my skills caught up. See, the challenge for most people is they're not willing to be really bad. If you ask any wealth expert, any top speaker, trainer, author, who a lot of whom fully endorse and love network marketing, the biggest challenge they'll tell you that most people have to go through is their egos can't tolerate being really bad. In the beginning, we're all just really bad. And then we realize maybe we don't have as much credibility with people as we thought. Maybe we don't have as much influence. Maybe we're not as cool as we thought we were. Most people aren't willing to be really bad in the beginning. I promise you, you're going to suck it up in the beginning of this thing. But don't you think you're going to be better the 10th, the 20th, the 30th time you go to invite compared to the first 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 times? Of course. It's just habit. It's just repetition like anything else. So as you go through the invitation cycle, you start sharing with more people, inviting more people. You start to get better at inviting. That's what we're going to talk about here, the rest of this presentation. And then as you get better at getting more people to see the information, obviously more people sign up because they've seen a formal presentation. Your confidence starts to get higher. As your confidence gets better, you're not bad anymore. You want to start sharing with more and more people. You sign up more, your confidence continues to go up. See, it's a beautiful cycle that unfolds if you just give yourself enough time. Most of you just haven't given yourself enough tries at being bad at inviting to get to a point where you get better. But you have to be willing to get bad in the beginning. Okay, amateur sell, professional sort. Okay, guys, when you become a beggar in World Ventures, you're done. You're done in this journey. I promise you. If you're begging people to join your team, I promise you, you've lost all posture. You've lost all credibility. You have to trust me. And I know it's tough in the beginning because you just want to get some type of team going. It's like, man, I'll shine your shoes. I'll cut your grass. I'll wash your car. Just join my team. Please, I want to get something going. I get that. But the professionals are just sorting. I'm reading people. I'm not begging or convincing them to join. I'm listening to the questions they ask me to determine whether they're worthy of my time or not. You want to sort through the numbers as quickly as possible. See, the beauty of our compensation plan is you need 1 ace out of the deck of prospects on your left team and 1 ace on your right team. And it is game over, baby. It is payday every week, all week long, all year long. Okay, I've got 8 aces on my team. 8 aces account for most of the 350,000 active members on my team as of today. It came through 8 key aces, my Eagles, my rock stars, whatever you want to call them. Okay, and I had to personally sponsor, 180 to get to 8. Okay, I won't promise you it's always been easy, but ask me if it's been worth it. Of course it has. I just put the law of numbers and averages in my favor. Okay, those who get the most eyeballs to see our deal win big. Your job is to share, not close. We will help you close people. Okay, don't make it weird. Just be natural as we talk about specific scenarios of inviting. Guys, you want to be yourself. I mean, sometimes we get into network marketing and maybe because we don't have any business experience or any type of relationship-driven experience when it comes to, the professional sense, you start acting all weird. You start saying things you would never say. Just be yourself. Have fun with it. If you meet people for coffee, normally meet people for coffee. Okay, if you're having people over for your house, just have them over to your house. Just be natural. Okay, don't make it weird. To me, you turn into alien life forms who just have these network marketing fangs coming out, and it's like, who are you? People look at you as a wholly different person because you're not yourself. Be natural when it comes to these things. You got to understand, as we're painting some broad brush strokes here, You're just one good meeting away from radically changing your life forever. Okay. The professionals, the winners here in World Ventures, they're able to stay excited longer about the next one. You never know the next meeting you're going to have that is going to change your family's life forever. Isn't it worth getting to that next meeting? I don't care if the last 10, 20, 30, 50, 100 people told you no. I don't care if the last 5 people you enrolled quit on you. I don't care. I never do. I'm always worried about the next one. Am I just as excited about the next one? That next one could be the next ace that changes your financial destiny forever. And that's what I've discovered that the winners are able to do is stay excited longer than most people are able to stay excited. All right, now, who do you prospect? I'm going to tell you right now, you never ever run out of people to prospect and share World Ventures with. You only run out of the courage to do so. Again, I know that's going to cut you kind of deep here, some of you. You're never going to run out of people to talk to. You're only going to run out of the courage to do it. It is a documented fact that the average American, I would imagine for our Canadian friends, it's the same. The average American, by the time they're 21 years of age, knows at least 1,000 people by first name, or at least 1,000 people know them by first name. If you ever come to me and say, Eric, I don't have anybody left to talk to, I know you're done, at least from the business side. Hopefully you'll take some dream trips and stick around and use our value-driven, no-brainer membership. But I've just seen it for 5 years. Anybody says, Eric, I just don't have anybody left to talk to. I know you're done. Your time, you're either going to quit or you're just going to be a member. Hopefully you'll just at least be a member. Guys, that's loser talk. There's always people to talk to. I've personally sponsored 11 new people in the last 60 days just by stirring it up at the gym, getting out, reconnecting with family, friends, some of the things I'll talk about here in just a little bit on the presentation. Okay, now I like to chunk them off in groups of 10. When I bring somebody into World Ventures, I want to get in front of the 10 most positive, motivated, driven, entrepreneurial, fun people they know first. We're all God's children. We will try to save everybody. But the big problem I see a lot of people run into, you go after the brokest, least successful people you know first because you feel you have influence over them. And then they try to poo-poo the deal or, tell you it doesn't work. And then you become emotionally attached to what they think. Your mental paradigm is completely backwards. If somebody's going to tell us no, let's make sure it was worth getting a no from. Okay, so we can go after the most successful, fun, vibrant, amazing people you know. As new people pop into your mind, get them down on a piece of paper, get them down on your 3-ring notebook. I'll talk about that here in a minute as well. But chunks of 10, next 10, next 10, next 10, all the time, so we want to get after. See, this business right now, it's always a reflection of what you've been doing the last 90 days. It's always a reflection of what you've been doing the last 90 days. So if you've been in a dry spell, I can almost guarantee that's because you haven't been filling up your prospecting funnel if you haven't been out sharing the last 90 days. If you're not making money right now, it's because you haven't been doing anything the last 90 days. Okay? Never be one and done. Okay? Whenever somebody tells me no in World Ventures, before I let them walk out of my life, I remember the James Lee factor. Okay? James Lee came into my life by somebody in my warm market who knew me by first name, gave me an adamant no. He basically told me to F off. He told me he was done with these network marketing deals. And I said, thank you for your honesty. Guys, I will take a quick no over a long, drawn out maybe, and then they disappear on you anyway. But that happened to them. It happens all the time. Somebody tells you no, make sure you get referrals from them whenever possible. Hey, and I told this guy, hey, thanks for telling me no. I appreciate that. But who do you know that might be the type of leader I'm looking for? I'm obviously passionate and committed to what I'm doing here. You know people I don't know. Who might be the type of person I'm looking for? And before that person walked out of my life, he referred me to James Lee over in Singapore. Okay, so never be one and done when you're out sharing and inviting people to see the deal. All right, your list is leverage. Right now, every single one of you should have some type of notebook. I'm pretty old school. I use a 3-ring spiral notebook. Okay, it's actually right here. You can see that. I'm always adding names to it. Okay, the more names you put on your prospecting list, the greater the leverage you have. See, if you only have 5, 10 names on your list, it becomes very easy to become emotionally attached. right? I mean, there's only 5 or 10 names on your list. It's like, oh my gosh, the first 3 said no. I have to get these next 6 to say yes just to be profitable. You become emotionally attached. You lose all posture. You become a beggar. You have 200-300 names on that list. You have some swagger to you. And it really helps in terms of getting people enrolled. See, people always buy on emotion. They justify with the facts. Fear of loss is the greatest human emotion you can create. The fear of loss. It's one of the greatest driving forces in the world. And because of our compensation plan, you can create a fear of loss. Now, if you have 200-300 people on a notebook and you sit down, or they come to a travel party or a launch event or a weekly presentation, and they like what they see, and you can show 200, 300, 400 names on a list and say, look, Ken, bro, here's the deal. I'm going to show all these people as quickly as possible. Obviously, some of them are going to say yes. The sooner you can make a few $100 decision to lock your spot, the sooner some of these people are going to go on your team. Are you ready to get started and lock your spot? Write that down. Are you ready to get started and lock your spot? It's going to help you close a lot more people if they really understand how our compensation plan works. Okay? Fear of loss, one of the greatest emotions you can create in the world. People will do more of a fear of loss and a desire for gain. Now, once you get them in, it's easy to justify. It's easy to justify with the facts. You log into your site, it's professionally done. You've got 200-300 reward points you can use right away on one of our hundreds, thousands of dream trips we have. We got these welcome new member dream trips. It's very easy to justify once you get them in. People buy on emotion, they justify with the facts. So create a fear of loss, create a sense of urgency. If you have a list of hundreds and hundreds of people, you have much greater posture to do it. Here's what else happens. Once you get somebody who fills out an application or is ready to sign up, you go back to your list, you look at all the people who have not told you no yet, showed some interest. You can call up all these people that you showed first and say, look, I'm getting ready to sign up my buddy Ken. I think he could be really, really good. I showed you first. If you have any questions and need to get answered to make a few $100 decision that I know can change your life, I would love to put you in the system before I put in Ken. You will benefit off everything Ken does forever. I have been able to take one application and turn it into 7 or 8 signups in one day. And the only way that happens is because I'm out consistently sowing seeds every single day, over and over and over. I'm sharing and sharing and sharing. Guys, I wish I was good enough to sign up people on the spot at a Starbucks, at a launch party, at a travel party, a weekly presentation. Now, lately, we've had a really great sign-up ratio. Well over half the people who are going to these formal presentations are signing up. A lot of them are signing up on the spot. Some are signing up a day later, a week later, 2 weeks later, whatever. You just got to keep going. You got to sow those seeds out there. Okay, and then when somebody's ready to, go to harvest or it falls on fertile soil right away, you know how the parable goes, those of you familiar with that. You're able to go back and give all these courtesy calls to all the other people whose seeds you've sown, giving them a formal exposure, and create that fear of loss, sense of urgency, and get them to take action too. It doesn't happen if you're not consistently doing the things that we're going to talk about here. All right. Now, a lot of people say, Eric, what do I share? Again, the analyticals. God bless you. I know you're worried about getting the perfect presentation. There's not the perfect presentation. There's not the perfect invitation. None of you who are on this presentation were given the perfect presentation or the perfect invitation. You're the right person at the right time in your life. Okay, so I really don't care how you expose people. We only get paid to create a formal exposure. Now, I will say this. We're having a lot of success with the launch party. As soon as somebody signs up, we want to get a launch party scheduled, preferably at their house within 7 to 10 days. Success and money love speed. We want to get that set as quickly as possible. We want to keep those events open to the entire team so we can all plug in, support each other, create great team synergy. So we want to get a launch party. We're having great success with that. Whenever we do a weekly presentation, those of you here locally, we had standing room only a couple weeks ago at Dave & Buster's. Over 150 people there. Signed up quite a few people from that event. A 2-on-1 at a Starbucks where we put on some headphones. We watch a video of some kind. I like the detailed Vacation Sooner video that is saved to my hard drive. Or I'm showing it right off the DVD. I'm not an amateur, guys. I'm not trying to stream it off some sketchy Wi-Fi. I'm a professional. I have an application ready to give them. I got marketing materials ready to give them. See, I treat this like a multi-million-dollar business. That's why I've been able to create a multi-million-dollar asset here, because I treat it accordingly. Some of you guys are just playing around with this thing. You're amateurs. Okay, guys, I'm giving you tough love because I care about you. I have some new people that don't know me that well. Okay, trust me, and my heart's in the right place here. Okay, one-on-one. I mean, the worst thing you could do is create an online presentation, and we'll talk more about that here as we get into the specific scenarios where they go and watch a presentation in real time and get right on the phone with you and another leader. Okay, so these are the best exposures to put all the odds in your favor to get to the yeses. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. Guys, everything, I want to show you this. Everything that you want in life is just outside your comfort zones. I don't care if you've been in less than 24 hours or you've been in 5 years with me. A lot of you you're just a couple of feet from gold. Some of you, you've been consistently inconsistent with your efforts. You get hot for a couple of days and then you take a couple of weeks off. You're never going to reach your goals here if you don't stay committed. This is a very, very simple business. Those who master the mundane, who create the invitations consistently and persistently, are the ones who are winning big. This is compound effect of what I've been doing the last 5 years, because I can stay excited longer than most people are able to do. So I've always felt, and I've always known, everything you want in life is just outside your comfort zone. So I'm going to encourage you to get uncomfortable. I know it's not, nobody likes to get rejected. Nobody likes to get told no. Nobody likes to get told it's a scam, or it's a pyramid, or you're going to jail, or you're going to hell. I mean, this is going to happen. Okay, we'll do another webinar on overcoming objections. It's just part of the deal. It's what we get paid to do, right? Because if you're doing your job of inviting and creating a formal exposure, you are setting yourself up for the human element. And unfortunately, there's a lot of, closed-minded, ignorant people. We're all God's children. They're just not at the right time in their lives, or they've never been taught how real wealth is created. And that's the toughest part for a lot of you. You're addicted to the opinions and approval of other people. And those who are not and are willing to get uncomfortable and go through the numbers and the sorting game are the ones who are winning big here. Okay, now let's get into some specific examples real quick, guys. I want to start off with your white hot market. Your white hot market. I think everybody who joins World Ventures has at least one easy one. Now, depending on your life experience, your level of credibility, your sphere of influence, you might have a lot more easy ones. You might have dozens of easy ones. People who know you, who like you, who trust you. They would pick you up at 3 in the morning if you had a flat tire. I'd call them your flat tire people. It's people where, let's say your favorite musical artist, whether that's Tim McGraw, Jay-Z, Taylor Swift, I don't care. Say they called you up, they gave you VIP tickets, a helicopter ride to a special performance with backstage pass. You can invite 6 of your closest friends. Who would they be? It's these types of people. Everybody's got these easy ones. That's who I always want to get in front of first. So I want to combine a few teaching points. Let's take it within the scenario of I've just enrolled a new person onto World Ventures, or a new person's come onto my team. I show them the income disclosure statement. I find out why they're doing World Ventures. If it involves anything that has to do with making money or changing their lives in some capacity, I pull out the income disclosure statement and I say, all right, cool. Let me ask you, do you want to make money fast or do you want to make money slow? Here's what people are making. I'm setting that precedent early because I know success and money loves speed. I know it. I know fast is fun and slow is painful. I know I want to get them a score as quickly as possible. I want to get them their first enrollment, get their excitement level up, their confidence up, their belief level up. And usually they're going to say, I want to make money fast. Now, again, if they just want to be customers or members, or they just want to play around with it and go on some vacations, awesome. I'm not going to force or impose my values or my wishes upon them. I was really bad at that in the beginning. Now I don't do that. If they want to be a member, my goodness, be a member all day long. But if they tell me they want to make money, or they share their why, and it has to do with their family, their lifestyle, their kids, creating a brighter future, anything along, these lines of transforming their life, I pull out the income disclosure statement. I say, you want to make money fast, you want to make money slow? I want to make money fast. Okay, how soon can we get in front of your easy ones? I'm setting that expectation. Easy, what do you mean? People who know you, like you, trust you by first name. I want to get in front of them as quickly as possible. I'm doing a launch party tonight they can invite to. I can meet them for coffee tomorrow. I can meet them for coffee in an hour. I just know they're on the clock. Now, Not everybody is going to do this. Everything that I'm going to talk about sounds perfect hypothetically. And then there's this thing called the real world, right? A lot of new people, no matter how much I try to create this sense of urgency, they're just not going to get me in front of anybody in that first day, the first week, the first few months. And here's the difference between amateurs and professionals. See, an amateur will sit back and wait for that person to go do something, to go become an ace, to go make them money. A professional knows that they want to get somebody under them as quickly as possible. Write this down. Professionals know the most important thing they can do for their team is show them that it works. Professionals show their team that it works. When somebody comes onto my bottom left or bottom right, I seriously get ill. I get physically sick if they don't get a new person under them within 48 hours. It keeps me up at night. Because I know success and money love speed. I know I want them to see that it works. My job as the leader is to show them that it works. The speed of the leader determines the speed of the pack. Okay, so who are your easy ones? Let's get your easy ones. Hey, we're going to get a launch party scheduled in the next week, preferably. What's a launch party? A launch party is we get your friends and family together, show them what we're doing. Okay, so I start off with the white hot market. Everybody's got a white hot market, guys. Everybody's got at least one easy one, okay? And then we're going to transition to your warm market. We want to go through all these numbers as quickly as possible. Warm market, people you don't know as well, but they know you by first name. Maybe you went to school with them. Maybe you worked with them in the past. Maybe you reconnected on social media. That's really the real benefit, I think, of social media for a lot of people, is reconnecting with people that they know from previous chapters of their life. Okay, now, here's how the invitation itself works with the white hot and the warm market. This is what makes or breaks a lot of you. So you got to understand, in World Ventures, we have the royal flush of business opportunities. We got the deal, baby. We got the royal flush. Why would I show anybody my cards before they can see a formal presentation, a formal exposure of some kind? Why? This is what's getting a lot of you in trouble. You're trying to explain verbally what they can only see and experience visually. Don't sit there and try to describe what we're about verbally. You do them a vast disservice, guys, because when you start talking about travel related, their guard starts going up. They start thinking about timeshares or expensive vacation clubs, or the last, they want to go travel more, but it's the last thing on their mind because they don't have the time or the money to do it, which is why they really need to see what we're doing. Okay, this is where you're losing a lot of people. Okay, so when you go to invite somebody, just get used to saying the word ideas. I want you to check out some ideas I'm excited about. Now, if it's your white hot market, they should come and meet you for coffee. They should come meet you at your house or somebody's house. What are you doing tonight at 7 o'clock? Nothing. Cool. We buy you coffee. We can come over to your house. I'm share you some ideas I'm excited about. Okay, you refer to World Ventures as these ideas. Not this pyramid thing, not this network marketing thing, not this travel club thing, not this way to save money on vacation thing. That's the worst thing you can be doing. Okay, guys, this is what's making or breaking a lot of you. I got some ideas I'm excited about. I want you to check them out. I thought of you. Whatever fits your personality. But you're referring to them as these ideas. And here comes the question that makes or breaks you. What is it? Now, depending on your level of influence, credibility with these people, you're just going to say, hey, man, if I could explain it verbally, I would do it. Whether you're texting them or on the phone with them, I don't really care. Texting seems to work really well these days. Some of you youngsters can text faster than I can speak on the phone. Okay. JC, what's up? It's Eric. Hey, man, outside looking in, people think I got it going on. I'm dying inside. I'm missing out on my kids growing up. I've really hit rock bottom in some areas. I came across some ideas that are going to change that. I thought of you. I want you to check them out too. I want you to be a part of it with me. What is it? Now with JC, I don't have time to explain it, man. I'm going to go tell 100 people about it. I have enough credibility with you to get 30 minutes of your time. Okay? Again, white hot, warm market, that's what you should be replying. What's with the 20 questions? Do I have 30 minutes worth of credibility with you or not? If they'll give you 30 minutes, they'll give you an hour. Do I have 30 minutes worth of credibility with you or not? Now, if they say no, guys, I mean, that's their loss. Okay, that's really what your answer needs to be when people start asking you, what is it? What is it? What is it? What is it? Okay, I have 30 minutes worth of credibility or not? What's with the 20 questions? If I could explain it verbally, I would. I'd be doing you a disservice. It would be like giving you a haircut over the telephone. I've used all these things before. They all fit my personality. Find something that fits your personality, but don't show them your hand until they can see everything. Don't show them or tell them anything until they can see everything. Then they can decide whether it's a fit or not. Okay? If you really have your why figured out, it really helps in your white hot and warm market. It really helps you quite a bit because you can be vulnerable with people, and chances are they will let their guard down because they can relate to a lot of the same things that you're going through. So if you're tired of missing out on your kids growing up, if you're worried about not being able to fulfill your lifestyle or philanthropic goals on your current path, if you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, just let people know that. And that's why they need to check out these ideas. Be authentic, be genuine. You're going to attract higher quality, and you're going to attract the types of people you want to be in. You don't have to overhype or oversell what we're about. Our truth is good enough. Okay? Again, white hot, warm market, guys, you should have at least a few easy ones. Some of you have a lot more than that. And then your warm market, I mean, I'm not even through my warm market yet. I've been in this 5 years and enrolled, upwards of 200 people. New names pop into my head all the time. I put them down on that notebook all the time. Okay? And then as we transition to, more of the colder market, people you haven't seen for a while, people that don't know you at all, it's a little tougher, but we still want to go through those numbers as well. Now, let me give you a scenario of what I do every single day. Every single day, I am getting somebody's name and number. I'm not giving them a business card. I haven't given one of those out in 5 years. I am maintaining control of the situation. Okay, so if I'm at the gym, if I'm at the restaurant, if I'm out pumping gas, I'm just really good at detecting people that have good attitudes. They're smiling, just their body language. The type of person that lights up a room, not dims a room. The dimmers. These are people that light up a room. I just start talking with them, guys, and I get to where I want to get to as quickly as possible. I'm not spending 6 to 12 months trying to fabricate a relationship with them to eventually show them World Ventures. That's another problem I see a lot of team members run into. I know your heart's in the right place, but at the end of the day, you're cheapening the whole process, even with some of your warm market people. You reconnected with them for a reason to show them World Ventures. If they say yes to World Ventures, it's going to bring you closer together. So I know your heart's in the right place, but you're spending months and months and months trying to rekindle a relationship, and then you go and show them World Ventures, and then you cheapen that whole process because in the back of their mind, they're thinking, man, they're just trying to reconnect with me to show them this deal they're into. Okay? So I want to talk about the cold market. Every single day, I'm trying to get one new name and phone number, and I'm just small talking with people. You can talk about their family, talk about this, but, I just like to kid around and say, hey, you probably make a lot of money doing what you do with your attitude. It's the same scenario every time. You probably make a lot of money doing what you do, right? And they always kid around like, well, yeah, right. Or yeah, I could always be better. And here's what I ask him every single time. My buddy, Ruben Garcia, straight at the gym, I was like, well, let me ask you this, Ruben. Are you open to the idea of making more money? Are you open to the idea of making more money? I'm not asking them if they're open to the idea of taking a $69 cruise. Are they open to the idea of saving a little money on airfare and hotels? Absolutely not. I'm asking them, are you open to the idea of making more money? And just about every time they say, well, yeah, of course I am. Why? What's up? And here's what I say. I say, well, let's do this. Give me your name and phone number. I'd love to get together, buy you coffee, and share with you some ideas that have radically changed my life. And here's what I do. And this is what you should do with your warm and white hot market too. I take all the pressure off. I say, look, it might be for you, it might not. It's totally cool either way. But I just want to share these same ideas with you. That's all I do. And, probably 78% of the time I get a name and a phone number. And then when I go to text them or call them or invite them for coffee or invite them to a travel party or a launch party or a weekly presentation, they know they're coming to see some ideas. Now, a lot of times they don't return my texts, they don't return my calls. That's just part of the deal, but I'm adding one new person every single day. So That cold market funnel, you can start adding to that right away, but your odds are always going to be in your favor with your white hot to your warm market. Okay. Are you open to the idea of making more money? You are. Cool. Here, I can't make any promises. Give me your name and phone number. Let's get together. I'll buy you coffee. I'll share you some ideas that have radically changed my life. You might love them. You might not get it. That's totally cool. But I at least want you to check them out. Is that cool? Yeah, sure. It's cool. I guess it's pretty simple, right? Okay, it wasn't really comfortable in the beginning. Okay, and it wasn't nearly that smooth or polished in the beginning. I got really, really bad out of the way to get to pretty good and natural. Okay, white hot, warm, cold market. Let's talk about revisiting people that maybe you've shared with in the past, or you screwed up the exposure, or you talked too much and they completely prejudged it and they have no idea really what you're doing. Guys, you just got to be authentic. You got to just be apologetic and just let them know you did them a disservice. Say, hey, look, man, I really screwed it up. And I tried to share with you some ideas I'm excited and passionate about. I threw up all over you. I know you don't really have a clue of what I do. And look, if I still have some credibility left with you, I'd love to just buy you coffee and let you see a formal exposure, formal presentation of what it is. Then you can at least tell me no, and I can cross you off my list. I've gone back to so many people and said, look, I honestly don't care if you do it or not, but it's keeping me up at night that you have not seen a formal presentation of some kind. If I have 30 minutes worth of credibility, or if I can just buy you a beer, buy you a coffee, or come meet some cool people, at least I can cross you off my list, man. Is that cool? Okay, let's talk about if you're trying to prospect somebody outside your geographic area. Obviously, the odds are always going to be in your favor. If you can be in person with somebody, belly to belly, eyeball to eyeball, there's something magical that happens from a relationship component when you can be in the presence of somebody. But many of you have great contacts outside of your area. You don't want to neglect those, but you want to keep control of the situation. Okay, same setup, whether you're texting or phone call or whatever. Hey, came across some ideas. I'm excited about them. I want you to check them out too. Depending on what your level of a relationship is with those people, you'll adjust it accordingly. How soon can you be in front of your computer? Not emailing them a link. I'm not texting them a link. How soon can you be in front of your computer? Confirm a date, clear a time, 7:00 p.m. tonight. I'll be in front of my computer. Cool. I'm going to send you a link at 7:00 for you to check out. Okay, 7:00 rolls around. Hey, you call them, text them, whatever. Are you in front of your computer? Yeah. Okay, I send them the detailed link to vacationsooner.com. Okay, are you at this website? Okay, you see the play button. Okay, hit play. I'm going to call you back in 22 minutes. I've maintained control of the situation. Now, as soon as the presentation's over, okay, and I'll do a whole nother webinar on closing and handling objections later, guys. As soon as it's over, like, that's awesome, right? What do you like best, the vacation part or the money part? Let them guide the conversation. But I'm keeping it in real time. If you're new, let one of your upline or team leaders know that you're going to be doing it. You got somebody who's interested, so they can be available for a 2-on-1 phone call. I'm sorry, 3-way phone call, 3-way Skype call, what other app or technology you want to use to leverage that. Okay, so guys, real quick, I want to make this as beneficial to you as possible. I'm going to go ahead and end the recording right now. But now this is your chance to ask me specific scenarios. Anything you ask me is going to be valuable to the entire team as well. So I want to eliminate all the excuses here. Okay, I want to eliminate all the excuses.